Hi everybody and welcome to another Gaffering Gear. In today's episode we're going to look at the Aputure Bowens Mount lantern. Now I'll just explain why I'm not in my workshop first off. Basically if you look outside the window there, that's not rain cloud, that's smoke. So I live about 300 kilometres away from where the closest bushfires are, and that's the smoke we're getting from them. So it must be devastating where they are. I just can't. I can't work in the workshop. I can't breathe properly. So please excuse me if I'm snorting and things like that. I have a lot of smoke in my sinuses today, but it could be worse. I could be living, where those guys are. So anyway, back to the lanterns. So before I get into the lanterns, I just want to talk about the form factor because I had an open workshop here about 2 weeks ago, and some of the gaffers were looking at this form factor. The Bowens Mount form factor, and they'd have a quick look at it and they'd say, well, is it RGB? And I'd go, no. And they'd be like, oh, I'm not interested. And then I'd say to them, well, look, feel the weight and then have a look at the firepower. So they were like, okay, they're pretty lightweight. And then when we fired them up, they couldn't believe the firepower. So basically you've got this lightweight form factor that now has ample firepower. It has enough firepower that you can put it through a diffuser and still get a workable, good high quality light. So just to give you an idea, so this is the Aputure 300D, 300 watts. These guys have a 600 watt coming very soon, and this unit here is a Forza 500, so that's 500 watts. So very, very, very compact form factor for the firepower that you get. Now, in terms of the lightweight, the advantage to this being lightweight and powerful is this setup here, basically the light and the lantern, is about 3 kilograms. Okay, so I can put this onto a boom arm very, very easy, very, very easily put this on a menace arm, swing it around my set, no problem at all. And this takes me, because there's no weight, typically under 10 minutes to set up, just because it is so lightweight. There's no complicated rigging involved. So this lantern, which is a quality lantern, it's decent material, it's grid cloth, it's not some random Chinese-made artificial silk. It's proper film industry grid cloth. This lantern costs about $90 US, and that includes the built-in speed ring. So you're talking expendables money. Okay, for expendables money, you can buy a high quality attachment for this form factor. So that's what makes this form factor something that you should be considering looking into. All right, so anyway, let's have a look at the lantern. So I'll just put these aside. Now, the lantern, as I said earlier, has its speed ring built in. So you don't have to buy another speed ring. It's already there, okay? It's already built in. And in terms of setting it up, it is incredibly easy to set up incredibly fast. Basically, you just push down on it, and there you go. So if you just want it set up in a hurry, that's it. How quick's that? All right, now, if you're going to put the skirt on it, which I haven't shown you yet, the skirt, then you're going to want to get this thing into the correct shape. So then you're going to want to move the rods around a little, okay, to get it into its correct form. Okay, so it might take you, maybe as long as 40 seconds to set it up. Okay, so it takes no time to set it up. It's real quick to set up. Okay, so let's watch how quickly this packs up. There you go. Okay, so very, very quick. So I'll just show you how this works. So basically you've got all your flexible rods, and in the center here you've got a solid rod that goes into a clip below. And that's basically it. That's basically how it's working. Now, there is one disadvantage to this system because these rods are here, which gives you very, very fast setup. The disadvantage is they sort of get in the way of trying to put any gels in. So I haven't come up with a what I'd call a realistic solution or an acceptable solution to gelling the whole thing yet. You also get this skirt, which Velcros on. So they just keep giving you good accessories. So let's just put this on. All right, now the skirt splits into 4 sections and it's all Velcro. Okay, so basically you can get one section and you can raise it up. Or if you're incredibly OCD like I am, you can go to the effort of winding it up. Now, I'm going to show my age here. So anyone's my age remembers the show Monkey. I call this Tripitaka, the Tripitaka setup. It looks like Tripitaka's hat. All right, so basically, like I say, it's in 4 sections. So you can do another section and have a 180-degree spread on it. Okay, I'm just going to be a bit lazy and do this section a bit quicker. That'll do us. Okay. So the next thing I forgot to mention is on the speed ring there's a lock. You do up that lock and the speed ring doesn't rotate, so you can clip it onto the light. But then you can undo that lock off and you can rotate it. So for example, we could have people sitting here and use this as a backlight, or we could just rotate it around and use this to light our background. If we had a bigger background, we could use this to light our background and mask it off our talent. So look, again, lots of firepower, very lightweight, very easy to rig. Very, very, very good solution. So I think you really should consider, if you're a gaffer, you really should be considering this form factor. And just another thing to point out, the Aputure product, these guys have an amazing Leco mount. So it's not just soft boxes and things like that. The accessories are getting really, really good in this form factor. I'm Andrew Locke. See you on the next episode of Gaffering Gear. Now I just realised I showed how to set the lantern up, but I didn't show how to put the lantern onto the light. So check this out for speed. That's it. How quick's that?